Camden EC1 is the ultimate all-in-one tool to upgrade the sound quality of your favourite audio interface. Think of it as an interface for your interface. With an award-winning preamp, instrument DI, mojo analog saturation control, and a reference class headphone amplifier, connecting Camden EC1 to your audio interface levels up its analog paths to the highest level. Modern audio interfaces have much better performance than you may expect at their price. Internally, their conversion performs at impressive levels and can often match interfaces costing much more. However, it's their analog paths, and in particular their preamps and headphone amplifiers, where performance can always be improved. Preamps built into audio interfaces can often perform well at low gains. However, as their gain control is increased, they begin to add noise and other unpleasant artifacts to your recordings. This is even more apparent when using low sensitivity dynamic and ribbon mics that need plenty of preamp gain during recording. Many people use an inline mic booster to solve this issue. These devices use phantom power from the interface to add gain to the microphone signal and allow the interface's preamp gain to be used at a lower setting, where it performs better. These are elegant devices, however the noise and distortion added by the preamp in conjunction with the booster can still be enough to colour your recordings. Using Camden EC1, the interface's preamp gain can be set to minimum, where it performs at its best, whilst Camden EC1's award-winning preamp does all the heavy lifting. In comparison, the Camden EC1 gives you less noise and, crucially, less distortion than the combination of interface and inline booster. And unlike the inline booster, you can also use Camden EC1 with condenser microphones, as well as instruments, using its DI, whilst also using its renowned analog saturation control for vintage-style analog saturation and more tonal versatility during tracking. Connect Camden EC1 directly to the preamp of the audio interface, turn the preamp gain down to minimum, and engage the pad on the interface's input or Camden EC1's outputs. Then you are ready to record. You can also connect it to a spare line input on the audio interface, giving you one extra mic preamp to use in conjunction with the ones built in. The headphone amplifier built into most interfaces can sometimes sound weak and harsh. Many people upgrade the headphones themselves. However, it is often the relationship between the headphones and the amplifier that is limiting the overall performance. Camden EC1 has performance specifications that rival standalone headphone amplifiers, with an extremely low 0.3 ohm output impedance and a flat frequency response from 1 Hz up to 70 kHz. Most importantly, it has plenty of output wattage and low distortion for a natural, transparent sound across a wide range of headphones. Compared to the headphone amplifier built into audio interfaces, Camden EC1 has enough output wattage to effortlessly drive low impedance headphones, as well as plenty of output voltage to drive high impedance reference grade headphones at higher volumes and with much lower distortion. Once you connect the outputs of your audio interface into Camden EC1's aux input, you can then monitor your DAW playback directly through Camden EC1 and use its superior headphone amplifier when mixing, mastering and critiquing your tracks. You can also use the interface's headphone amplifier in conjunction with Camden EC1's when more headphone outputs are required. Camden EC1's front panel mixer can be used to create a custom zero latency headphone mix of the preamp and DAW playback signals by adjusting the individual analog level controls.
Wishing this cycle would end. Can you help me at all? Escape these four walls.
The preamp level control is fed from the preamp and is sent directly into the headphones in zero latency, without having to navigate complex software mixers on your audio interface. You can also use the external input on Camden EC1 for a third audio source, such as a click track or an external reverb. When tracking vocals, for example, you can connect the second preamp output of Camden EC1 directly into your reverb processor, and then connect the output of the reverb processor into the external input.
Look what I've become when I'm alone.
This will allow you to mix in the reverb directly using the analog mixer on the front of Camden EC1. Camden EC1 is all analog and will sound just as good in 20 years' time as it does now. When the time comes to upgrade your studio setup, you can continue to use Camden EC1 as your tonal benchmark, both in the studio or on the road. The most portable model in the award-winning Camden range, Camden EC1 is much more than the preamp and offers world-class transparency, vintage vibe on tap, and mastering quality headphone monitoring in a portable format that easily integrates into your studio.